It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
And Sarah, we have something familiar yet new on the table.
Yep, this is Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. This is the 2019 release. This is the 7-year. So
1 extra year and a new package.
It's refreshed.
What a difference a year makes.
Right.
We'll see.
We will see. So this is actually not available in our area. Let me do my best to name the areas that it is available in at this moment. Let's see. Here we go. We got California, Texas, New York, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, Illinois, and Colorado. What?
Boom.
Was there a quiz? Because I just aced it.
I mean, you may have left one out, but I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. This was brought to us by John Wadsworth. He's a patron at our last meetup, so thank you, John, for making this possible.
Thank you, John. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll like it, but if we don't, it speaks nothing of you.
I mean, I can't see how it would be so different, right? They went up a year.
Yeah.
It's still bottled and bond.
This is all coming off at once.
Okay.
Pause for cork pop. I'm not anticipating not liking it, but the price difference, the value. So they went up 1 year and they changed the label in the bottle, but the old one, the 6-year bottle and bond, which was only available in Kentucky, was between $12 and $15.
But, Chad, we have to remember too that how long was that bottle out there available for that steal? Let's all be honest. It was a steal.
It was a steal.
It was a steal. Had the Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond originally been $30, I don't think people would have ever had a problem with it. They would still be saying, what a great deal.
I don't know. I think they'd just be saying like, yeah, it's good.
They would say that it was a good value, but no one would call it a steal at 30.
Right. They wouldn't have called it a steal.
No one's going to call this a steal at 40.
It was a 6-year bottled and bond and a somewhat ugly bottle. I don't think...
It is beautiful.
Well, it is now. It is now. But, you know, considering...
It was bottom shelf ugly before.
Bottom shelf ugly. That's right.
Yeah, let's be real.
So now the whole thing, the main argument or discussion, as to say, is an extra year and a prettier bottle worth more than double the price? They could be picking more cherry barrels, more special barrels. They could be blending in older barrels into their base minimum 7-year.
Sure.
But none of that stuff was included or advertised. It was, it's now a year older. It got, the
bottle
same
redesign. So basically what you're saying is like before they were like, yeah, this is actually worth $12 to $15. And now they're like, well, we added a year, so now we think it's worth 40.
Yeah.
Is where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
All right.
All right, that's enough.
I mean, I still get the nuttiness that I got, the syrupy sort of honey tea type of tea leaf.
Little fruity, little florally.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
So 100 proof, of course, bottled and bond. The nose,
Little char.
I don't think indicates that it's quite 100 proof, if I didn't know what this was.
No, I think it comes off super approachable.
Yeah. I see that char on there as well.
Yeah, you get that nice little bit of char. It's kind of giving you a little bit of everything that you would.
A little savory, gotta be honest.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive in. Oh, it's deep, it's dark.
It is.
It's rich. Takes you on a little ride there.
I got a little more of the char than I was expecting.
Me too.
For the...
A lot more of the dark barrel notes.
Yeah. The darkness.
The darkness. The band. I believe in a thing called bourbon.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
No.
There's a reach.
I like the texture.
Texture's good. It's actually a pretty long finish. Haven't gone back for the second sip yet.
Medium-ish.
Going into the chest area with that Kentucky Hug. Hold on. Not available yet in Kentucky Hug. That California, Colorado, Texas, Florida, Illinois,
South Carolina,
Georgia, New York hug of a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. We're not bitter that it's not in our area yet, are we?
See, but okay. By the taste, I really do like it.
Ooh, there's a second sip dark cherry.
It does have some cherry to it. That's a good call.
It's like a dark cherry cordial, like chocolate covered.
Those are not my favorite candies. So I'm sometimes biased when we hit like a chocolate covered cherry thing, because that's like whenever I get a box of chocolates, I pick up one that looks like that.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Well, I always think it's true. You don't. That it's a coconut with chocolate, and I bite into it.
It's like never is.
It never is the coconut, because that's the one that everyone wants. Duh. I think it's got a lot to offer. My sticking point is like $40.
Right.
Because again, I'm going to be like, well, you can get rare breed for 42, 45 bucks.
45.
For $5 or $6 more than this, you could get a rare breed. And I'm like, well, I would do that.
Oh, no question.
Or, like, if you could, and nowadays you probably can't, if you could find a Henry McKenna 10-year single barrel on the shelf for $40, should have been 30. Would you get that or this?
Yeah.
Like, depends on the single barrel, because I've had some good ones where I would say definitely. I've had some bad ones where I would say this.
I feel like
a lot.
in today's bourbon climate, there's a lot of those. Like, if I
this,
could get
then
a
that,
Weller
yeah.
107, I would get that for $25. But you can't. So you got to kind of just compare it to what you can get. But what we're going to do is compare it to something that you can't get anymore. But luckily, we set some back because we feel like this is the ultimate way to test if that extra year is worth the price increase. And that's
He did it.
to do an uncorking of a very dusty.
It is dusty, isn't it?
I left it on there for demonstration purposes. So this is the 6-year, only available in Kentucky during its lifetime. It went away in 2019 when this one later got introduced in 2018.
Yes, we found out at the end of 2018 that it was going away, and there was a mad grab for bottles. And I think in the mad grab, people mistakenly bought the 80 proof.
The 80 proof.
Which has a very similar looking label.
Not
instead
anymore.
of
Now it
this.
says Quality House.
Right,
Yeah.
but at the time,
yeah.
and that-
I would remember
and that was
during
funny.
that time seeing some on a bottom shelf, and my heart did a little skip. I was like, oh, it's the 80 proof.
Yeah.
So cork, screw off. So here's an unscrewing.
There's something you get. All right, well, you can take
This
this
one
one
right
away
now.
for now.
Yeah. We actually have one of these open, Sarah, but I wanted it to be a fair neck
Open to
pour.
open,
Open
yeah.
to open, because we don't let this one, it was like, it opened up. It's just not fair. So we
It's
want to
not
be
fair.
as scientific as we can. We try to on this channel.
We attempt.
Different nose.
Very different.
So
nose.
different. This one honestly smells a little musty, a little dusty. Not as nutty.
I don't get as much of the char, or like honestly as much of the richness as I got
Correct.
off of the current release.
Yeah.
It's almost it might be a little thin. I might describe it as like a little thin.
Well, I get more of the honey note.
It needs a second, I think.
Not so much the tea, but like honey and some fruit. Yeah, I think it does just kind of need to.
It needs a second, I think.
Needs a second. Give it some room. Let it breathe.
Let it breathe. It's been in there.
Okay. Gave it a little bit.
I'm getting a little bit more fruit, like
Yeah, it's less musty. It has opened up now.
strangely like cantaloupe melony. That kind of soft fruitness.
Huh. Let's just go
Let's
for
just do it. The old familiar, right?
Definitely
It's
less
more
dark.
caramel.
Yeah, it's less
Dark.
Though it starts to go darker, but it doesn't have that immediate like rush of the darkness.
Yeah, not as much char. Like the other one had more char on the upfront,
Mm-hmm.
where there's like deep, dark, rich notes.
Yeah.
This one doesn't quite get there, but it does have that just like it tastes like memories. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
weird, right? I get a little more caramely sweetness. A little harsher on the end though.
Well, maybe. I was almost thinking the 7-year was starting to roll a little bitter on the finish. Or maybe a really dark chocolate, which can be bitter, right?
Right.
This one, the spice starts to creep up more on the finish. But the palate, I feel like it's more maybe like approachable. Like it just seemed a little bit lighter, airier. The other one is just so dark.
I found this one to be a little bit more harsh, and that I liked the texture of the 7-year. But I have not tried them side by side yet.
Right. Yeah, I would say the 7-year has a little bit oilier.
A little more viscous.
Mouthfeel.
But I think you're right.
yeah.
It does have a little bit more of a brightness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is what we're going to do. This is the only way to be fair. We are going to blind them. Now, what we need to do, Sarah, right now I have the 6-year on my left and the 7-year on my right. We need to make sure these are filled to the same position. So,
Okay.
So nothing will give it away. I need to put a little bit more 7-year. You put your 7-year over there, right?
This is my 7-year.
Yeah. So now just switch them. Put your 6, 7. Yeah.
This way.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we are putting our dots
Stick 'em.
here on the bottom.
And they're in the same Glencairn, so we won't be able to know that
Yes,
way. In
these
case
are
you were wondering.
All for Drink More Bourbon Glencairns, available at whiskyambitions.com, our home on the internet, where you can get things such as this t-shirt, our branded Glencairns, Drink More water pint glasses, rocks glasses, challenge coins, and always more coming soon. That's whiskyambitions.com. Where'd we get this bottle again, Sarah?
We got it from a patron. His name is John Wadsworth. If you want to be a patron, you can visit patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and sign up for as little as $1 a month. He got this to us via a meetup that we put together, which is for patrons only. We also do polls and podcasts for patrons only and other just like fun things. I don't know.
Cool.
It's a good time.
I will now mix these up.
And I will not look.
Yes. And then she will mix these up and we won't. Yeah. So
Okay.
Look away. Okay, Sarah.
Okay.
I will now look away. All right. So we take one of each like this. We should both have a 6 and a 7.
True.
And we should be trying them in the same order. So let's go with the left first.
Okay. Caramely, caramel.
Fruit.
Every time you say fruity, I just want to put that like Chiquita fruit hat on you. Like, doo-doo.
Chiquita banana.
See, but here's the thing. I feel like I know which one's which.
Well, yeah, that can definitely be a thing, but we want to try to take it out as much as we can.
You know what? I'm a responsible adult, and I think that I can be unbiased,
Yes.
even if I do know which one's which.
Yeah, I don't taste any youngness. I've never tasted youngness
youth,
on either of these. Okay, this one. More like molasses.
Yeah. I just like this nose.
Wow, if this is
Instantly the mouthfeel.
If this is the 7-year, it tastes better after having the 6. Like, maybe it's just opened up in the glass in this amount of time we've had, but it was less like an onslaught of darkness. They weren't blasting the darkness, I believe in a thing called love. It's more reminiscent of the 6-year, the approachability and the loveliness of it, you know?
When this one grows up, it'll be this one. Well, I'm saying that and I'm assuming.
I guess another test to do on a live episode, which we do on Sundays, is after both of these bottles have been open for about a month, to try them again and see how they fare when they've opened up.
That's a good point.
Ooh, this one does have some lingering heat though on that second sip. A little harsher than this one over here. I'll say that.
It depends on what you...
Well, okay, not harsh, but like this one's more lit. This one's lit AF.
Right?
This one's just regular lit.
Okay.
I don't know which one's woke.
It's not you.
Okay. It just has more heat. This one has more heat. I feel like than this one.
And I think it's a balanced, like, slow building heat. And whereas I feel like this first one was harsh in a way of just being unpolished. Like a little bit of rough edges, kind of. Does that make sense? I don't know. There's good things about both of them.
My instinct is to just blend these two together and have the best of both. I feel like...
Well, let's do that. But first, let's say which one we prefer.
I'm not completely sure, to be honest with you, Sarah. And that right there should be your answer. Is this worth more than double in price?
However, if you really loved this and you were expecting it to go up in price anyways, because that's just the way the world works, and you're not going to get this gem for below value ever again, are you willing to go a little bit higher?
Right. Well, it was a gem because of the price.
Because of the
price. That factored
Correct.
in a lot. I have my verdict now. So
Okay.
we'll put our hand over either the left or right glass of which one we prefer of these two. We'll
And
do
then
3,
we'll
2, 1, and we'll go. Okay?
Reveal. Okay.
Yes. All right.
3, 2, 1, then go, or 3, 2, 1?
3, 2, 1, then go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Okay, so we both picked the right. I'm thinking it's a 7-year.
There's no way. Is that right? Holy shit. Good job.
This is real. This is real. Here we thought, we're gonna be able to tell, no matter if it's blind or not, just by taste. We know. We just had these.
It's times like these when I just laugh at people commenting like, look at them calling themselves experts, being snobs, blah, blah, blah. I am 100% not an expert and not a snob. I'm an enthusiast, and that's why stuff like this cracks me up, because, like, I don't have a dog in this game. We have plenty of this. I love it. We can get this. I also like it.
So we picked the 6-year.
Apparently we both like the 6-year better when we did it blind. That's why we do things blind.
This was tasting more complex than this one. The hell?
It 100% does taste. Are we sure we labeled these right? No, we
Yes.
are. We did it.
Yes.
When you put them side by side and you do it blind, that's the way that shook out. I'm honestly proud.
I'm legit surprised. Wow. I want to keep yours honest, and I'm going to blend mine.
Okay. Can't wait to read these comments. They're both good. I cannot believe.
It's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah. It wasn't as groundbreaking as I thought it was going to be. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think they're better separate.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay. Back to the review of this guy.
Now I have.
It's a 7-year. It's a year older, but blind, we prefer the 6. Now, tomorrow we might prefer the 7. After a different meal, we may prefer the 7. You know how tastings go. You all know. There's a lot involved with it. $40.
Now I'm like, no. No, I love Heaven Hill, but
In a world where there is no 6-year anymore.
But there's Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, which is also Heaven Hill, also a Bottled and Bond product.
But we're not
also
talking. That'll be for a flight fight of another time. So put that out of your mind. Put out Knob Creek, when small batch. Put out Evan Williams single batch. Just put it all.
Just put it out.
Put it out.
Okay.
This is a $40 bourbon. It's a 7-year age-stated Heaven Hill that apparently for us is slightly inferior to its 6-year-old counterpart. Do you recommend? I too.
Okay, and the other reason why is because I feel like a lot of people are going to be looking for this because of the legacy of the 6-year Bottled and Bond, and it's only available in those certain states. And I would just say maybe don't chase it.
So here's my thing with this guy. It's a Bottled and Bond, so it could have been 4 years, but someone along the way decided 6-year was great. Maybe they decided that 6-year was great because of a reason. And maybe it's a sweeter spot with the barrels that they choose than a 7-year. I don't know. I'm not a distiller. But
why would they? I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess they had to go up a year so that they could justify the price. I don't know. We're speculating. It's all speculation. I love Heaven Hill, and I hope no one from Heaven Hill is mad at me. I love you. But that's how I feel about
They
this
had
one.
Our bourbon of 2019 was a Heaven Hill.
That's
so come
true.
on.
And we have been loving on the Bottled and Bond Evan Williams. So
That's right.
I gotta be honest though. Like I wouldn't chase it.
I would find it at a bar for a good price. Try it. Find out how you feel about it. If it really rings your bell, yeah, go out and spend $40 on the bottle. But if not, no. Go get the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. Go get something else for $40.
Yeah.
So this is like a sideways thumb for me, and I didn't think I was gonna give it that rating.
I thought I fully expected to go into this episode and give it the thumbs up.
Me too.
Yeah.
But that's bourbon. That's the world we live in.
This also has a lot surrounding it as far as expectations and caveats. So take it for what you will. But
tough episode, long episode.
Long episode.
Thanks for sticking with us. Wow, okay, cool. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to us already and like to do so, you can click right up here to do that. There's also suggestions of other videos. We hope to see you over there in those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay, until next time, drink more bourbon.